Hello and welcome to yet another video. As usual, my name is Mary and today we are discussing a very interesting topic, that is change management, and specifically why is it that some employees resist change within an organization. I'm glad to be joined by our lead HR consultant, Mr. Paminas, in this conversation. Thank you, Paminas, for joining in.
Thank you, Mary.
Yes, we are looking at why some employees might resist change within an organization. And just to begin with, why is change difficult for employees?
I think change, it's a sensitive topic because whether you're talking about employees or even at a personal level, change is not, it's not easy. So remember the last time you told yourself, now you'll not be eating more mandazis, you know, the New Year resolutions. But what happens with the New Year resolutions? Most of us, by faith, we've already abandoned them. Yeah, so it's the same with the employees. It's not that the employees are special. It's human nature. So number one, there are several reasons why change is difficult. Number one, it could be employees are familiar with the status quo. So why change? Let's say I've been coming to work Monday to Friday, now you want me to come on Saturday. So why change? So there's a status quo. The second reason could be lack of communication. So most of the times, change comes from top to bottom. So if change is not communicated well, then the employees will resist. Because the natural reaction whenever we are faced with something new is to resist until we have enough opposition to be able to make the right decision. Yeah. There's also the aspect of lack of trust in the leadership. So for example, me, if I come, I tell you, oh, change and work so hard, if you're able to achieve these targets, you'll be able to earn this bonus, or your salary is going to be increased to this level. If you do all you can to be able to meet my expectation, but I don't meet mine, then you can see there will be lack of trust.
Sure.
So any other change I bring in the future will not be well received because my past behavior,
The past
experience has not been positive. Yeah, so whenever there's lack of trust in leadership and how they make their decision, then employees are definitely going to resist change. Another one, though not so much, is sometimes the employees fear change because of the increased workload. So someone looks at it and says, oh wow, now we are supposed to do reports. You're supposed to send these reports on a daily basis. Why am I given this a lot of work? Shouldn't the management or leadership be concerned with the results? So workload could also be an aspect. Yeah.
Wow. Now, as an employer or as a manager, as a team leader, how can we facilitate acceptance of any changes within the organization among the team or the employees?
So whenever I'm discussing this topic, either through training or even one-on-one with the decision makers, let's say managers or CEOs, I normally recommend 3 approaches. Number one, and this one I had mentioned earlier, is to make sure that you communicate as much as possible. Remember, the natural inclination of human beings is the status quo. We are all of us comfortable with the status quo. So communicate. Change is one area where you cannot over-communicate. So share as much information as possible. For example, why are we having this change? What is the importance? What is the implication? So the more you communicate, the more easier it will be. Second, as much as possible, do involve the employees. So for example, there are clients who come to us and they want us to develop the job descriptions, KPIs, HR policies. You know, they want us to streamline their HR departments. So for this to be successful, it's always good to have the employees on board. So because someone wants to understand, why is my JD being refined? Why am I having a new employment contract? So for you to overcome that resistance, the more you involve the employee, tell me what you do on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, let me understand. What are your deliverables on a weekly or monthly basis? So the more you involve the employees also, that will go a long way in reducing the resistance. And the last one is, and many of the organizations forget this, is provide support and learning. A lot of times, as management or as leadership, we assume that what comes easy to us is also easy to the employees to
should
understand.
come easy for them to
Exactly.
understand.
For example, look at the issues of cost cutting. So let's say we provide, I'll go to basic example, let's say we provide morning and evening tea. And now because of cost cutting, instead of sending people home, we tell them, oh, let's see how, even if it's tea, can we have it once in
Maybe
a day?
morning only.
Morning hours, yeah. So if employees, if you just come one morning and the HR announces that you no longer be having afternoon tea, what will happen? People will riot because they don't understand the context.
Yeah.
But if you come and tell them, hey, guess what, our budget for tea is 50,000, and if we're able to serve on the 50,000, at least we will not have to fire someone. Someone's job will still be there. It's safe. So employees will understand the context. Yeah. And maybe they can say, oh, can you just provide the tea? We, as you're going to come up with, we are going to carry, you know, the refreshment, the other refreshment. Yeah. So the more, so if you provide support, then the employee are able to understand. Another example is sales. Sales, it's an area where there's a lot of conflict between the employee and the employer. So you come and you want people to change, let's say the way they prospect, and you're excited, you know what you want to achieve, but the employees don't have a clue, they don't have an idea. So this is where the training would come in, and you supporting them in terms of the resources. So if you need them to go more out there in the field, for sure you need to provide them airtime and transport, so that they can be able to achieve the objectives that you want them to. Yeah.
Wow. As we wrap up this conversation, I know as corporate staffing services, this is also an area where we are very big in.
Yes.
Maybe you can share with us, how do we come in to just offer support to employers, especially on managing change effectively? So
there are two ways we offer support. So number one, we do conduct trainings on change management, because it's a skill that leaders and managers, they need to have. So be on the lookout on our training page, or if you're going through a change process right now and you'd want to get it right, please get in touch. We'll have a free meeting, be able to discuss the gaps and be able to see what do you want to implement and how can we be able to help you with that. So training and support is one way that we approach it. The other way we support is, there are specific services we offer that by themselves involve change. For example, if we want to put HR structures in place, we will come and walk through the journey with you step by step. So you'll engage us on a project basis, of all the way from the communication, notifying the staff, engaging the staff one-on-one. We'll be able to do that for you. If it's, for example, something like a disciplinary process, we come on board as your HR expert, so we take over. We are an accredited HR firm. We have a practicing license. Myself, I also have a practicing license. So we can make decisions on your behalf. We can write letters and be able to support you. So in short, we can support you in terms of technical expertise, or in terms of now training to be able to equip your management and leadership staff with the right skills. Yeah.
That's great. I know we'll be discussing more around change management, because indeed it's a wide topic in our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you, Mary.
Great. Indeed, change management is something that you can never run away from within every organization. And as Pamina has mentioned, it is important that even the employees are updated, are brought up to speed with regards to the upcoming changes, so that we don't just assume as employers. And this is where we also come in handy as an organization. We are able to walk with you the journey as far as trainings and even HR consultancy services are concerned. And we encourage you to reach out to us on the link provided below. As Pamina has mentioned, the consultation is absolutely free. We are able to have a meeting with you to discuss the key areas where you would want change to be effected and see how best we can be able to support. I believe you found this very insightful. We encourage you to share with us in the comment section topics that you would want us to discuss as far as change management is concerned, and we'll be glad to have them in our upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.